Here we are together again on the radio. This piece from a website called AskMen.com. Written by a guy named Kurt Smith. Here's what he says. Listen carefully, please. If your woman changed from the first day of your marriage, it should not come across as a complete surprise. It's a well-known fact that most women change after marriage, both mentally and physically. So before you commit to life imprisonment, make sure you know what signs to look for to prevent yourself from tying the knot with a chameleon. And that is defined by Kurt Smith as a woman who is temporarily adapting to her man's needs by camouflaging her true colors in order to retain him. It says here, throughout history, men have always sought to better understand life's greatest mystery, women. But after millions of years of trying, we still don't have a set of stable rules that can help us predict what a woman will be like after marriage. Women are hard to understand because they act differently according to their social class, the period in which they live, medieval period versus romantic period versus the 60s, and across different cultures. Therefore, it is useless to try to come up with a strict set of rules that apply to all women in general. Instead, concentrate on uncovering some of the sneaky tricks women commonly use to trap a man into marriage. Maybe we will never fully understand women, but at least we won't be shocked when they finally reveal to us what they are really like. After marriage, of course. Over time, men have evolved to desire certain characteristics in women. Each man has his unique preferences, but in general, most men prefer a woman who has a beautiful face, fairly sized breasts, hips in proportion to her breast size, and so on. Unfortunately, not all women were created equal. Some women are naturally more beautiful than others, while other women are more voluptuous than others. They all, however, share one common denomination. Women are natural-born illusionists. Much like a chameleon uses camouflage as its #1 defense to ensure its survival, women also use camouflaging techniques to ensure their success rate in finding a husband. Through evolution, women have learned to adapt and change accordingly in order to survive the crazy game of love and attract future providers, men. These are some of the techniques used by women to hook a man into marriage. But once the union is official, they stop camouflaging, and the poor sucker is left wondering what happened to his woman. And then he gives the list. 1. Women change their physical appearance. While some women wax their mustaches, others pluck their eyebrows, all in order to look more feminine. Unfortunately, some women will stop waxing and plucking once the knot is tied, and before you know it, your wife Barbara is really Bob with 2 caterpillars crawling on her head. Women change the color of their hair to look like beautiful, famous celebrities. Long nails are sexy, but not when they're fake. A face full of foundation and powder, as well as eyeliner, lipstick, and mascara, is never a good sign either. 2. Women use gimmicks to hide their flaws. Believe it or not, some women still wear control-top underwear, which he calls girdles, to keep their waists and bumper closer to their hips. So don't be surprised if after marriage you discover a little extra cheese laying next to you in bed. Also, if your woman constantly wraps a... Who told you about this? If your woman constantly wraps a sweater or a sweatshirt around her waist, then she likely has something to hide. I can guarantee you that she's not making a fashion statement. Recently, women have begun to use this new bra that is apparently filled with water to make their breasts look and feel larger than they really are. But how will they explain the breast reduction when the bra comes off? Dehydration, perhaps? Other women prefer breast implants, something that most men won't complain about. But a recent study by the Journal of the American Medical Association shows that women with breast augmentations are more likely to drink, use the pill, and have more sexual partners. This ought to make men think twice before getting married. You can get around all these tricks by taking your woman to the beach or a swimming pool before getting serious with her. If she refuses to wear a bikini or jump into the water, then you can bet your bottom dollar that she has something lizardy to hide. 3. Women pretend to act in a socially acceptable way in the hopes of catching a man quickly. Some women claim that it's not the size of a man's manhood that counts, it's what he does with it that's important. But what you don't know is that these women are laughing inside. And when things in the bedroom begin to slow down, these same women will be looking for bigger and better things. You could tell that a woman is lying if she's checking out the size of your feet or hands, while she swears that it's not the size of the boat, but the motion of the ocean that counts. The purpose of this article, says the author, is not to offend anyone. It's simply to give married men a better understanding of why their wives change after marriage and why single men consider marriage to be man's downfall. The only way to have a clue of what your potential wife will eventually become is to look at what her mother looks like. Children usually grow up to act like and resemble their parents. This is another good reason to meet the family before getting serious. No matter what a married man does, he will find out how fake his wife is as soon as she begins to let herself go. There is no way around this sad fact of life. The only thing I can say to console you is that women are more forgiving and still find men attractive in their natural Homo sapien physical state. It's Kurt Smith, who calls himself a relationship correspondent. He just writes a blog or a column for this website, AskMen.com. Okay. I'd like to hear from, I'd like to hear on 2 counts your reactions to this column. 1, if you married somebody and you experienced these changes, I'd like to know what changes took place. What woman did you think you were getting, and then what did you actually get? And secondly, and you can be a man or a woman to answer this question, simply, is this column accurate and fair?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866.
I don't trust anything that bleeds for a week and doesn't die.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are here at 1-800-5800-TOM. This all began with an article talking about all the things that women do to snooker you into marriage, and later on they change. Let's say hello to Jim on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hey, Tom, how you doing?
I'm okay.
Hey, I listen to you religiously, and you hit it right on the button. It does not pay to get married these days, you know. It does not pay for a man to get married. A woman, yeah. A woman can get married, and she makes out like a bandit with half of my stuff, you know.
That's right.
But, yeah, I got into a relationship, you know, and it turned out great. I mean, we knocked it out 5-6 times a day. But just as soon as I moved into her and just as soon as I knocked her up, man, it was over with. She took that away from me first thing, you know. Then went the checkbook, you know, and she was giving me allowance. Can you believe I allowed it to go that far, that she would give me an allowance of my money?
How did you let it get that far?
Yeah, so I ended up, I stayed with her for quite a few years because of the kids, but I've been gone from her for about 2 years now, and it is just clear saying it is worth it. You know, now I go out all the time with different girls. Oh, it's a blast. I mean, I don't know what I was thinking imprisoning myself, you know.
Yikes.
Yeah, and, you know, everybody seems to think, oh, it's going to be great, you know, I'll wake up to a warm body every morning. Man, I think I'm waking up to a lot better warm bodies nowadays, now that I'm single again, you know.
I will bet that you are.
Yeah, I go out whenever I want to. I don't have to go to some lame family functions and put on a fake smile, you know. It's beautiful, you know. You wake up whenever you want. If you want to clean the house, then you clean the house, you know. Otherwise, it's like, oh, well, you know, I don't have anyone nagging me anymore. I just wanted to say you hit it right on the button, man. You know, it's a shame, but in this day and age, for a man to get married, he's only looking to lose, you know.
There's nothing in it for men. Nothing.
No, it's not. And you know, the women, they get it all. You know, she hit me for $137,000, $840 a month. You know, and I got the kids over at my house more than she has them over at hers. You know, I'm paying her, and she's making as much as me. You know, it just doesn't make any sense to me. The courts even said, yeah, we know it doesn't make any sense, but this is what you're going to pay, you know?
Oh, I know.
But I was just wanting to let you know, man, that you hit it right on the button, and you're doing God's work, man, for man. You know, just keep on telling them, because there's a lot of fools out there that all they want to do is get married. And there's nothing in it for us.
No doubt about it. Jim, thank you for the call. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Here's John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom.
John.
Day late, dollar short, man. I got married to
What do you mean you're a day late and a dollar short? I've been here all along. Where have you been?
You know, I don't get your show up where I live. I have to travel to receive it, so... Anyway, I got married about a year and a half ago. Same thing, you know, nice situation, nerve, good job, you know, decent person, and the wheels fell off it as soon as I started riding it, man.
Well, and you got married, why?
Because I wasn't thinking.
Okay. So what happened? How did she change?
You know, like I said, first thing off, we get married, and next thing you know, she's got to have back surgery. And, I mean, this is like 2 months into it, and I mean, now she's been out of work for damn near 9 months out of the whole deal, and everything else. I mean, the bedroom's gone, the whole bit.
Wow.
So, anyway.
So why are you still there?
You know what? I'm working on that one, Tom, as we speak.
How much work does it take? What are you doing?
Trying to ante up for a lawyer and handle business.
You understand that for every 2 days you stay, you owe 1 day of alimony.
Right. Yeah, I understand.
That means the longer you wait, the more time it takes, the more expensive it's going to be for you.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear that, Tom. I'm working on it, man. So, all right, I'll turn you loose, but hey, thanks for taking my call.
All right, John. Thank you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Nimai on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Nimai.
What's up, brother?
Not much. What kind of name is Nimai, by the way?
You have no idea.
I guess you don't want to tell me.
Right you are, bro.
You're not listening to me. Yeah, tell me.
Dude, I met this chick, right? And I was in love, Tom. But guess what, bro? As soon as I say I do, she said I don't. Stop putting out, bro. She stopped She wanted me to stop smoking weed. She wanted me to change. Everything I did was wrong. Everything that she loved about me was just bothering her somehow. I mean, it's ridiculous, Tom.
So then tell me this. Were you a listener back then when you got married?
No, man. I moved to Los Angeles about a year ago.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 2 years, Tom.
So you were 22 when you got married?
Yes.
Now, as a listener, I'm sure you know that we're not in approval of that.
I wish I would have known better, Tom.
So let me guess. She also locked you in for the long haul by one of those rare times you had sex. She got pregnant.
Actually, Tom, she got pregnant about a month, maybe 2 after we got married.
Of course she did. And that was the end of the sex.
You know what? After we had the baby, she couldn't have sex for a while. And after she had no more excuse, after the 3 months after she had the kid, she just never put out, man.
By the way,
very rare.
That's what she told you, that the doctor said she can't have sex.
For 3 months.
That's what the doctor, who knows if the doctor really said that. You don't even know if that's true.
Yeah, no, that was the case. That was the case.
How do you know?
Because she had a C-section. She couldn't have sex for 3 months.
Well, again, how did the doctor say it to you?
No, that's what I heard anyway.
That's what she told you.
Yes, Tom.
We don't even know if that's true.
I guess not.
Right. So now she's locked you in, right?
Yeah.
Oh, why are you staying?
Well, you're not going to believe it, Tom. I mean, every time I said something about listening to Tom on the radio, she would go, oh, Tom is a pig. He's a misogynist, man, chauvinistic, and this and that. And I always keep trying to, make her listen to Tom. And
if she hates it that much, what does that tell you?
Well, let me tell you what happened, Tom. I kind of got her to listen to you. I kind of tuned it in the radio a few times, when I was in the car with her. And I guess something you said clicked in, man. Because,
with you or with her?
Huh?
Something clicked in with you or with her?
No, with her, Tom.
Uh-huh.
I guess when you said that if she doesn't give it up, we can get it somewhere else, I think that's when she realized, you know what, that she had to put out.
Well, there you go. Did she start putting out at that point?
Yeah, she started putting out, man. She has the dinner ready when I come home, and it's all thanks to you, Tom.
I love that part. And now you are using condoms, I hope.
Birth control.
No. Listen to me. Women lie about using birth control. Do you understand?
I understand, Tom. I already told her I want no more kids. I want is enough. I'm a student, like us one-on-one now, and I really know better now.
So you do use condoms, right?
I don't, Tom.
Listen to me. They lie. What kind of birth control is she supposedly on?
I see her take it every day. I remind her, but I couldn't tell you the name.
No. So it's a pill.
It's a pill, yes.
And you see her take it every day. You don't miss once in a while.
I do miss once in a while. She says she takes it, though.
Well, of course she says that. She did other things, too, to con you into getting married and staying there, didn't she?
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Why would you believe this?
I don't know, Tom.
Let me ask you a question, Nimai. Is your wife Hispanic?
No, she's not. She's actually American, Tom.
She's American?
Yeah.
Meaning not of Hispanic descent?
No, I'm the one that's Hispanic. I'm from Spain.
Yes. All right, and she is not Hispanic. Okay, because we did a show.
She's actually a California girl, Tom.
Well, there are many California girls whose last names are Gonzalez or Hernandez or whatever.
No, that's not the case. She's Italian.
Okay. All right. I'm telling you, you need to wear a condom because I'm telling you off on the air.
I'm sorry, Tom. I'm sorry. Oh, Tom, I'm going to take it to heart, brother.
Please.
Wrapping it up from now on.
Please.
And you know what, Tom? I really felt like at that point I didn't know I was staying in the relationship. But since I got her to listen to you, man, she knows. She knows
straightened
what's
up.
Tom.
Yep. And I encourage all the guys to go home tonight and tell them, if you don't put out, there's plenty of other places to get it, and I will go and get it. Be a man. Step up to the plate. You'll be surprised at the result.
I said that before, Tom. I'm telling you know what? You either got to put out or I'm out. When I started listening to you, I said that. You know what? If you don't put out, I'm out.
Good for you.
And then, you know what she did? She, once in a while, once a week or whatnot. And I told her, listen to Tom. And after she did, man, she's been good, Tom. Thanks to you, brother.
I am proud of you.
Leykis. Tom Leykis.
So you're just looking for sex?
Of course. You must be a new listener.
You must be kidding. You think that's what makes people happy?
That's what, I'll tell you what, that's what makes men happy.
It's the Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. We started our conversation this hour with a blog written by somebody named Kirk Smith called The Fake Female Trap, and it talks about the things women do when they first meet you to snare you into their spider web, and then the things that change once you marry them. I'm wondering if this happened to you. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Brian on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom.
Brian.
You are a god. You are my higher power, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Listen, that last gentleman you were just entertaining, he should have his own show, Tom, let's face it. That guy was classic.
He was great.
Tom, you mentioned something to us married fellows out there about some 2-to-1 ratio. Forget it, Tom. Forget it. All I could do at this point is simply fantasize what it would be to be a 44-year-old guy who, you know, looks like I do, the shape I'm in, the money I have, and be a single bachelor. It's only a fantasy, Tom. It could not happen in my lifetime. It was not drawn up that way. I love your show. I love listening. It's entertaining. It's humorous. It's educational. But I knocked my beautiful wife up at 24. I'm 44 now. 20 years later, Tom, between the mortgage, the insurances, the college tuitions, the high school tuitions, the car payments, the cell phones, the gym memberships, on occasion I may wake up and like I said, and be dreaming that, hey, no one's in the house, it's empty. What would it be like just to wake up, go work out, play some tennis, play a little bit of piano, go for a bike ride, and then go out and hang out?
You want to know? Stop by my home tomorrow morning. If your wife will let you. See, yeah, ask Mommy if you can go out to play.
And then this other guy talking about complaining that his wife hasn't worked for 9 months. Tom, listen, I came in like Superman, and my wife hasn't worked for 20 years. And, you know, when we met in the nightclub, and, you know, she looked like little Miss Madonna and blah, 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 and all that. And she's still, I mean, she's very, very sexy. There's no problems there. Another key is that your wife continues to sleep in Victoria's Secrets and does her hair and her eyes and gets to the tanning salon and does all that. It's not the problem. It's just as the red-blooded American male at 44, it doesn't really matter. I mean, if guys leave, you know, the hottest models for whatever reason, you know it's not because of what they look like visually, you know.
Right, but the thing is, what guys really want is variety. That's what we want. And you're not supposed to say it.
There is no door, Tom. I just, you know, the part that would go with it. Now, remember, at 24, 25, Tom, there was no rational thinking that went into any of this, okay? It was bang, 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 and have a good time, and boom. And then, of course, do the right thing, okay? So for the males across the nation that have done the right thing, we come up at 20, and I understand some of these guys in their nightmares are their wives that put on 80 pounds. You know, she's sitting around doing nothing, dead weight. I mean, that would be a nightmare, and every now and then we'll hear something on CNN of how some guys, you know, did what they had to do, which is ridiculous. But back to my wife, who is very, very sexy, it's the overhead right now. I'm almost a little bit more stimulated by a woman who's making $200,000 a year that may not look as well.
Oh, look at you. Brian,
you know
you're becoming cynical, for God's sake. About 20 years too late.
I still consider myself the prize in the home. And, you know, this mentality of, hey, baby, put out, come on, put out. Or no. I still think, you know, when we have that time together, which is often except for about a 7-day run during the month, it's very, very good. But there's a lot of foundation and a lot of prep work that I do prior to, and most of it is financial. You know, is getting that table set with, you know, gifts and flowers and jewelry but like I talked to my wife earlier today, right? And I said, honey, our son's been home from college. I said, I have your green teddy. It's laid out on the bed. No excuses, my love. I'm going to watch a little bit of Australian Open. Don't wait up for me. But at about from 10:30 to about 11:15, you're mine. I lay $300 inside of that. And that's it. I'll walk the lab when I get home, and I think that's about the extent, Tom. But once again, I let her know early on what my expectations are for this evening. The only other thing that's difficult, Tom, is when the kids get older, it's kind of hard to do the whole, you know, pumps with, not that they come into the room, but, you know, sometimes you make some noises. So I'll hang up now, Tom, and I want you to let me know how guys like us take care of that with the kids a little bit older besides picking our spots. You're the man, Leykis. Later, buddy.
Thank you for the call. Well, you got to get somebody to take care of your kids. You need child care, buddy. That's what you need. No doubt about it. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Cheyenne on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Great.
Good. First-time caller. I haven't been listening for long, but from what I hear so far, I think you give great advice to these young 20-year-old boys who are actually getting pussy whipped and marry the pussy and not the heart, or they don't marry. They need to separate emotion from physical, so I think you're giving them great advice. I just got married. I'm 37. I would have never gotten married in my 20s. My husband is the same age as me. We didn't get married in our 20s, and he got to know me. And that's the problem with a lot of your callers. They're not, you know, they're looking, it's so superficial. They want these Barbies, and they take them home, and they're not operating when you wind them up anymore. You don't marry them. You have sex with them, you party with them, you have fun with them. I
say you don't marry any of them.
You don't. And the girls, you have a...
I mean, you're lucky you got a man to buy the product. That's great. You sold the bill of goods. Wonderful. Good for you. But if I'm advising a guy, why ever buy the product?
Hey, you know what? If she's hot, and my husband married me while I was still hot, and I take care of our home and everything else, I think he did damn good. But a lot of these guys are just looking at one thing, and they're wondering, well, what happened to the boobs? What happened to the hair? What happened to your club look? It's gone because they never took the time to get to know him.
Of course, that all comes back the minute you get divorced. Suddenly, these women go to the gym. Suddenly, they're back at the clubs, and they look like they belong at the clubs.
But they're marrying the wrong women. Hello? And that's because they're not old enough. They're all still 20. They're stupid.
No. There's plenty of women older who do that kind of thing. The fact is that if you don't marry them, they always put their best foot forward.
Which women? Women in Orange County?
Any
or
women. Any
like
women.
No. This
Any
is
women.
not true.
I mean, there are exceptions. You may be one of them. But generally speaking, that's the way it is.
This is not true. I work, I go to school, I take care of my house, and we have a brand new baby. Hello?
But that's you we're talking about. That's
husband every night. Something is wrong.
But that's one person.
No, this is not.
I'm sure you have 6 friends who are just like you. The point I'm making to you is that I'm talking about the 150 million women who live in this country.
I think they're the wrong women. That's just the bottom line.
The whole 150 million of them?
Well, here's the thing. If they took the time to get to know this woman and say, okay, you think they keep that up for that long without getting the ring? How long can they keep it up? They got to have found out something about him. There was a sign.
Darling, I'm telling you that there are more women like that than there are like you.
You know what? There's a handful of them out there just like me.
A handful. That's right. But a handful is not enough for 150 million men. So the bottom line is most men should never, ever, ever get married.
No, they don't get married in their 20s.
Don't get married, period. What's in it for a guy?
My husband has a great time.
Your husband is one person.
Well, he took the time to get to know me.
Again, somebody is going to win the big spin this Saturday. Do you know that?
Yeah.
Is it going to be you?
No, we're not playing the lottery here. There's
It's
a lot of
the
good women out
same thing. It's the same. Somebody will win. It just won't be anybody you know.
I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe those are your 150 million callers. Congratulations that you have that many callers that are...
I didn't say I had that many callers. That's how many men there are in America.
Right, that are making stupid decisions. And it's sad enough that...
yeah, to get married is a stupid decision. Why would getting married be a smart decision? Why?
Where are the real dads? Why do they have to even call you to figure this out? Come on already. You know, there's a bigger God than Leykis to tell somebody, don't get married in your 20s.
I tell them, don't get married, period. What's in it for most men? Divorce,
later on, I think
costs?
When they get older and they mature, that could change. And maybe not for you, not for everybody.
Well, I found out by getting married and divorced that had I never gotten married, I would have been much happier. And I am much happier.
Well, I'm glad you're happy.
And I think most guys would be happier. Because I got married 4 times. What did I gain from it except expenses and heartache? Stress.
Okay, honey, if you're on the road and you're listening to Tom and you agree with him that you should have never got married, the knocks are going to be changed today. On that note, I'm out of here.
All right, thank you so much. Our email address is my name. It's Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Tom@blowmeuptom.com. Or if you're listening to us, let's say on our podcast, and you'd like to hear the show live, the show airs live from 3 to 8 p.m. Pacific time here in the good old USA. You just go to blowmeuptom.com, click on the Listen Live button, and you'll be listening live.
The Tom Leykis Show.